Hello guys, welcome to another YouTube video. In this video we're going to be looking at simultaneous equations again. These are the extra content questions that I gave you at the end of the simultaneous equations via elimination video. So this video will be linked in that video's description. Okay, so you should have already attempted these, so let's go through them. These are in no particular order, by the way. So with this example here, I'm going to label these equations number 1 and number 2, and I'm going to say here that if you do equation 1 and you add equation 2 to it, you will have 3x plus 2x is 5x, 4y plus minus 4y is just no y, 0y, and then 33 plus 2 is 35. So 5x is 35, divide both sides by 5, you will get that x is equal to 7. Then you're able to substitute that value back into one of these equations. I'm just going to substitute it into the top one and say that 3 lots of 7 plus 4y is equal to 33. So this here is 21 plus 4y equals 33. Subtract 21 from both sides. It will be 12. Divide both sides by 4. Y is equal to 3. It's good practice here. If you have x equals 7, y equals 3, substitute both of these into this equation and see if your answer is 2. So 2 lots of 7 there will be 14. 4 lots of 3 is 12, so 14 minus 12 does indeed give you 2. So that there is the correct answer. Now, maybe you didn't want to eliminate y there with the first step. Maybe you eliminated x instead. Well, what would you do then? Well, if you were to do it that way, you would have to times equation 1 by 2. So 2 lots of equation 1, which would give you 6x plus 8y equals 66. And you would have to times equation 2 by 3. So that would give you 6x minus 12y is equal to 6. And then here you would have to subtract these equations. So 6x minus 6x is 0x. 8y minus 12y, so that would become plus 12y. 8y plus 12y is 20y. And then 66 minus 6 is 60. Here then you can divide both sides of this equation then by 20 and calculate that y is equal to 3. And then, as you can see here, earlier on we had that y was equal to 3. Substitute that back into one of the original equations and you will get x equals 7. So that's that example. The next example, this one here, I'm just going to label these equation 1 and equation 2. Well, here you can simply do equation 1 subtract equation 2, or you can do 2 subtract 1. Makes no difference, you will still get the same answer. So equation 1 subtract equation 2. So that will be 3x subtract 2x, which is x, minus 3y subtract minus 3y, that would become plus, so minus 3y plus 3y is no y. 30 subtract 22 is 8, so x is equal to 8. Then you're able to substitute this value back into one of these equations. So 2 lots of 8 minus 3y is equal to 22. 16 minus 3y equals 22. Then once you have this, you can subtract 16 off both sides and say that minus 3y is equal to minus 6. Oops, sorry, not minus 6, sorry, positive 6, getting ahead of myself. Then times both sides by minus 1. And then divide both sides by 3. So y is minus 2. Then once you have both solutions, substitute them back into one of those equations. So I'll substitute them into equation 1. 3 lots of x minus 3 lots of y. What does that come out as? 3 lots of 8 is 24. Minus and a minus make a plus. 3 times 2 is 6, which is 30, which is what we were expecting. So that question there is correct. Just like the previous example that we went through there, you could have eliminated the x's as well. It would have meant though that you had to times the first equation by 2 and this equation by 3, and then you would have had 6x and 6x, and then just subtracted them. Next question. In this example here, we can't simply add or subtract both equations. We've got to multiply one of them. So I'm going to multiply equation 2 here by 5. So 5 lots of equation 2 will be 20x plus 5y equals 5 lots of 14. Well, 5 lots of 4 is 20. 5 lots of 10 is 50, so 50 plus 20 is 70. And equation 1 will just stay the same. We need to add these now to get rid of the y's. 21x equals, that's 84. Of course the y's will cancel. 5y minus 5y, 0. X is equal to 4. Divide both sides there by 21. X is equal to 4. Then you can substitute this value of x in. 4 lots of 4 plus y gives us 14. So that's 16 plus y equals 14. Subtract 16 off both sides will leave us with y, which is minus 2. Substitute both of these then back into the other equation to double check there that you've definitely got the right solution. Alternatively, another approach to this question would have been to multiply equation 1 by 4 and then subtract both equations to get rid of the 4x. That's another way that you can do it. Next question. I think I'll make this the last question that I go through in terms of a video, and I'll just post a picture of the other questions as a solution. Here, all that we need to do is subtract these equations. So 2x subtract 3x is minus x, minus 4y minus 4y, that will cancel because it will be minus 4y plus 4y. That's the whole point of subtracting them. 8 minus 10 is minus 2, so minus x is minus 2, or x is equal to 2. Once you have one solution, substitute it back in. 2 lots of 2 minus 4y equals 8. So 4 minus 4y equals 8. Here, interesting thing that you can do, you can divide every term by 4 and say that 1 minus y equals 2. If you wanted to go down that approach, that's fine. Say that minus y is equal to 1, so therefore y is minus 1. Or from this here, subtract 4 off both sides. Minus 4y is equal to 4. Divide both sides by minus 4. Y is equal to minus 1. Makes no difference there what way you do it. Substitute both of those values into the other equation. Check, do you get 10 out at the end? If you don't, go back because you made a mistake. And yeah, that's the first 4 or 5 questions that I gave you extra. What I'll do now is I'll very quickly work through the other ones and I'll just post the pictures to them at the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been helpful to all of you, and I will see you next time. And in the meantime, if you have any requests, please reach out to me on my subreddit or as a comment in the down below for this video. Thank you very much.